How's it going, YouTube? It's Pilot Flame, and today we're back with another video, and we're going to be looking at Ninja and what we can see from it coming in Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion, Shadowbringers. Please note that any media, tool tips, or videos that you see in this video on the channel come from the Final Fantasy North American and European media tour, so everything is subject to significant change. So without further ado, let's get started. So Ninja was a job that was kind of based around its utility, was based around its hate management, as well as bringing arguably the best raid buff in the entire game in Trick Attack, giving 10% damage increase on the target for 10 seconds every 60 seconds. So it's basically mandatory, especially in prog as well as in speed kills. So you basically want it in every possible scenario you can have a ninja. Now, with the subtle changes to the tank stance, they have removed Shadewalker and Smokescreen as well as Goad, so all of their former utility that was sought after in Heaven's Ward is no more. Now they're going to be more of a pure DPS, with obviously still having the raid utility of Trick Attack, but otherwise moving toward more unique ways of dealing damage. So what were some of the major changes? Well, let's start off with the new stuff, really. So at level 72 you get an ability called Meisui, where it dispels your Suiton buff and then gives you 40 Ninki gauge to go towards using your Health Frog, Medium, Bava Kakra, and a new ability that you get at level 80, which we will talk about in a bit. So basically this is going to be used every time you're not able to use Suiton for Trick Attack. So I could see this easily being paired up with Tenchi Jin or thereabouts, unless you wanted to use Tenchi Jin to set up Trick Attack. So basically every other Tenchi Jin, I guess, is when you'll be using Meisui. It's on a 60-second timer, so it's going to be up quite often, getting you to have increased Ninki during your powerful window during Trick Attack, as well as within Dream Within a Dream, which also saw a slight change. So Dream Within a Dream is now going to give you Assassinate Ready, which removed the former Assassinate ability, and is now just an off GCD that can only be used after the use of Dream Within a Dream within 10 seconds, and it deals a direct critical hit with potency of 260, which is quite nice. So you can basically line up your burst a little bit better for yourself, feeling better about the ninja job and basically doing various different ways to do damage. At level 74, ninjas get 2 charges of Shikuchi, and that's on a 60-second charge time. We also have at level 76, so Kasat's has basically been reworked. So now you have 2 charges of Kasat's, and now at level 76 you get a trait which basically enhances your Kyoton as well as your Katon to basically enhanced Katon, which is just more AoE damage, and enhanced Kyoton, which is basically just a better version of Raiton. It's a single target ability that deals a lot of damage. And basically changes the way Hyoton works indefinitely. So when you're using Kasatsu, you're going to be using one of these 2 abilities, most likely, because they're just going to do more potency overall. When you don't have Kasatsu, you're going to be using Raiton, because the trait that was removed, which was Tripping Blades, no longer increases your physical damage. So Fuma Shuriken, not going to be the greatest for just when you're using a Mudra outside of Suiton. At level 78, you get a mastery which increases your Ninki generation from 6 to 8 for all weapon skills that are landed. That has been reworked. Before it was auto attacks, now it is only on weapon skills. And at level 80, you get your new Ninki Spender, which costs 80. And it is Bunshin, that is the shadow, becomes animated, mimicking the use of your weapon skills to attack the enemy. Now, from what we've heard, the way this plays out, if you use Shadow Fang and it applies the dot as you do the combo, it will apply a second Shadow Fang dot. If you do 2 armor crushes, it apparently extends the duration of Huton as well as your own. So every time you use Shadow Fang with the Bunshin out, it's 2 dots. Every time you use armor crush with the Bunshin out, you get 60 seconds worth of Huton, which I don't think a situation where you want to use that, but if you did, that would be one use for it. It lasts 15 seconds and it works off of weapon skills, not abilities. Health Frog, Medium, Bava Kakra now sit on recast timers of 1 second, so basically Health Frog Medium going to be for AoE situations, Bava going to be for single target situations, and the damage spread on Health Frog Medium was slightly adjusted. They both still cost 80 Ninki as well. For all the DPS, they also got changes to their AoE rotations. So the ninja got an extension off of Death Blossom, which is called Hake Mujin Satsu. which delivers an attack of potency of 140 on the combo and combos off of Death Blossom, and it also extends your Huton duration by 10 seconds. So a lot of the classes receiving a 2-part AoE GCD combo, which extends some type of buff that you would have otherwise had to put up single target wise. Abilities that have stayed the same, or roughly stayed the same. Hide still exists, Throwing Dagger, your basic combos of Spinning Edge, Gut Slash, Aeolian Edge, Armor Crush, and Shadowfang all remain the same, although Shadowfang is now off of Spinning Edge rather than off of the 3-part combo using Gut Slash. Your Mudras still all effectively are the same. You just have obviously the changes with Kasat's, Mug, Trick Attack, Dream Within a Dream, apart from the Assassinate inclusion on that, all remain the same. Shade Shift is now a 20% max health shield on a 2-minute CD for the ninja, so that's obviously a lot better in raids where you need to take damage or can block out a good bit of damage for yourself. And basically Ninja's gonna overall feel a lot cooler. We're going to be looking at a situation where Ninja's going to be dealing a lot more damage, a lot less focus on utility, and basically going to be as part of a melee DPS. As a melee DPS and a former melee DPS player before transitioning over to tank, I can definitely say that melees are the ones that are going to be looking for the most uptime, as they have the biggest disadvantage apart from tanks, as they are melee. They have to move away from the boss if the boss either does an AoE around them or mechanics that involve them to leave the boss, as well as any form of movement will put downtime on the melee. So it makes it so that you have to work around that type of movement, whereas obviously casters and range can obviously have 100% uptime for that. I just feel that ninjas now all have in terms of their mudras, they all have a purpose. So Huton is obviously giving your speed, which you want to keep up at all times. Suiton is now dual purpose, giving you more damage as well as trick attack. Right-on is now going to be obviously useful outside of just Tenchi Jin, where unfortunately Fuma Shuriken's only going to be useful inside of Tenchi Jin. Hyoton, you're now going to have to remember what that combo is. It's Ten to Jin or Chi to Jin for those that didn't know. And it's now going to be used for a single target damaging ability, but if using the regular Hyoton, you're probably not going to do unless you really mess up. Katon is obviously still going to be used in AoE situations, and its enhanced version in Kasat's. And then you're still going to be able to do neat things outside of that. You know, you have your iconic ability at level 80, the Bunshin, which is going to give you a significant amount of damage back as well. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that now Tenchi Jin is now no longer costs the Ninki gauge required like Bavakak or Hellfrog Medium and Bunshin do. It is now completely free, and it's separately on a 100-second CD, which does the exact same as it did before, and cannot be executed while under the effect of Kasat's. So you're still going to be using Tenchi Jin to set up for trick attacks, or potentially using Meisui after level 72. The only other thing that I forgot to mention is Mug got a slight increase in Ninki. It now generates 40 rather than 30. Which is, you know, at the end of the day, if you use it once every 1.5 minutes, if the fight's 9 minutes long, using it 6 times, so 6 times 10 being 60, that's 3/4 of a Bavakakra or a Bunshin or a Hellfrog Medium. So it's quite noticeable in that regard. Some changes I wish I wanted to see going in for Ninja before or during the first few weeks is I still know the fact that the abilities Chi, Ten, and Jin, your mudras, are client-side. However, it's the time it takes after the GCD, which isn't client-side, that is the problem. So you're still going to have various issues where people with higher ping are still going to be struggling with being able to keep up with the better ninjas, or the ones that have a lower ping. Especially now that you're going to be using Raiton instead of Fuma Shuriken. That's a big thing that people are going to have to overcome, especially with Kasat's. You're going to be using it on 2-part abilities as well, whereas before you could still use it on Fuma Shuriken because it was better than Raiton at that point because of the clipping. Now you're going to be forced to use it on Goka Mekyako, I think I pronounced that right, and Hyosho Ranryu. You're going to have to be using those abilities because they are just that much better. So maybe the clipping, you might not even, you know, see any changes in that. It's still going to be an issue for Ninja, and I think more so than Machinist, even though a lot of people are giving that a hard time with the 1.5 second GCD cooldowns that they're going to be having. So that's going to do it for this video. The last but not least video will be Samurai, which we'll be discussing next, and both these videos should go at the same time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're going to be putting up a lot of content going into the expansion, as well as if I missed anything, or if you maybe disagree or even agree, make sure to leave your comments down below. I make sure to read all of them. And make sure to comment on them as much as I can, but it's always good to hear everyone else's opinion, so we want to obviously keep the discussion going even after the video has been posted for many days to come. So that's going to do it for this one, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.